Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, hey. Hey, 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 hey.
Hello, foodie booties.
Hey everybody, it's me, Zach. This is Judy. Welcome back to our channel. Now, the introduction was not clickbait. The title of this video is not clickbait. I am, in fact, for maybe against my better judgment, going to make a whole video about Chantal Marie, Chantal Show, Big Beautiful Me, Foodie Booty, Flobby Bobby, Chantal, you know her, you maybe love her, you maybe don't love her, but we're talking about her today because, you know, I have been going back and forth about making this video for pretty much all day. All day I was at work, I streamed after work. Oh, well, let's just get a few things out of the way real quickly. So, if you're clicking on this video because I finally posted a video about Foodie Booty, let me just tell you, I have been posting for months now, lots of content, not about Foodie Booty or Amberlynn. So hi, welcome back to my channel. And I have been doing just fine and just well without addressing any of them. I also stream on Twitch 2 nights a week, Mondays and Wednesdays, 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time every week, and then I throw in bonus stuff. And I have a second gaming channel. Let's just put it all out there. If you really don't want to talk about Foodie Booty, you don't want to be here for this conversation, I totally get that. We've been having a good time on my channel without it. I'll link to some videos down below in the pinned comment for you to go watch, love, laugh, live, all of the above, and enjoy. But I wanted to talk a little bit, and I guess like maybe to get started, because a lot of people aren't aware, like I frequently am answering the question like, why aren't you making videos about Chantal? Why aren't you making videos about Amberlynn? I posted a video probably 4 months ago. It was like beginning of July, I think I posted this video, and I kind of went over all of that. The month of June was just a horrible month for me in my personal life, lots of things going on that I was struggling to work through. that just is what it is. I mean, there were a number of things that we were all experiencing this year, and that month in particular was hard for me because a family member of mine was going through a potential cancer diagnosis. She didn't have cancer, she did have her uterus taken out. That's a whole lot. I talk about it in that video. Would encourage you to go watch it. There were a lot of reasons, and maybe I didn't go super into depth in that video as much as I could have, that I chose to stop making videos about Chantal and Amberlynn. And one of those things is because honestly, and I include myself as a part of this, that like the community surrounding the two of them is just incredibly toxic. And like to some extent, I take ownership of that. Like I take ownership of at least like starting this community. That's not to toot my own horn or anything like that. Like I acknowledge that I was one of the very first Amberlynn reaction channels, and really people started talking about Foodie Booty because my very first video about Foodie Booty was comparing her to Amberlynn Reid. And then I started getting hooked on her content and started making lots of content. And then other people who were interested in Amberlynn also started making Foodie Booty content, and everything has just spiraled. Everything has spiraled. And there are good people in this community. There are bad people in this community. I'm not necessarily here to say who's good, who's bad, XYZ things. But for me, it was getting to be too much, right? So for me, I just needed to step away. I wasn't having fun. And that's not to say that like every video has to be one where I'm having fun, but I wasn't. I was saying the same things over and over and over again, and it just wasn't what I wanted to do on my channel. With that being said, I think that there are some times where like, who cares if you're having fun? There are important conversations that need to be had. And I stayed away from this because I have actively talked a lot about how I wasn't gonna make Chantal or Amberlynn content, and I wanted to stay committed to that because let's be honest, one thing that I have said to both Chantal and Amberlynn, but particularly Chantal, well, both of them, is that like they're not consistent, they don't do what they say they're gonna do, and they don't follow through. And so I wanted to hold that same level of accountability for myself. I allowed it to keep me from doing other things that I normally would do, which is call people out on racist behavior. Now, I think before we can address that, I also have to address somewhat of a lingering question that people have had for me, and in particular, a lot of people had for me end of May, early June. Oh, that's a Dear Evan Hansen song, but that's neither here nor there. At that time, a lot of people wanted me to hold Charlie Gold accountable. Charlie Gold is somebody that I do consider an internet friend. I think that that's probably a little bit different than, the people that I call a friend in my real life that I see regularly, that I talk to every day. At most, Charlie Gold and I talk about once a week, even still to this day. But it's not the same as like somebody that I talk to every other day in my real life that I've met, that I can read their body language when they're not just like on camera doing something, those kinds of things. So I think to some extent you have to take some level of that with a grain of salt. I've never met Charlie in real life. The only person from YouTube that I've met in real life thus far has been Callie, okay? Callie, Life of a Free Spirit. And honestly, this part's not about her, but this conversation also applies to her, and she is somebody that I consider to be a friend. So I guess I'm saying all of that is to say, what level of accountability do I need to hold Charlie to? Well, here's what I will tell you I have done. I have publicly multiple times said that I don't agree with the way that Charlie Gold talks about Foodie Booty or Amberlynn at different points. I think like she often takes it too far when it comes to talking about the way that both of them look, and I honestly don't watch a lot of her videos because I don't enjoy watching those things. In fact, for a while she came back and did some makeup looks and things like that, and I really appreciated that. We talked about that. It is what it is. I've also had many conversations with her privately, which I know is a whole different scenario, but I'm a person that lives in Chicago. She lives in Florida. I've never met her, and I really struggled when people were like coming at me and saying like, Zach, you need to take accountability. You need to hold her accountable. You never talk to Charlie Gold the way that you talk to Amberlynn or Foodie Booty or this, that, the other. And I think some of that criticism is fair. Like, certainly if Chantal was talking and saying some of the things that Charlie was saying, like, I would be putting her feet to the fire, right? Like, I would be saying, like, how dare you talk about somebody's looks that way? How dare you call somebody a pig? I get it. And I also think a lot of people might be fair to criticize some people, not necessarily me, because I think to some extent, like, the criticism I gave both Chantal and Amberlynn wasn't necessarily ever supposed to be about like their weight or their weight loss or things like that. But I do understand why people are critical of Charlie and why she isn't uploading about her weight loss anymore and things like that when she made a whole bunch of promises about that. I get that. I guess I want to say all of that to begin with, to just get that out of the way, because those are certainly, I think, all things that are valid for people to have some kind of feelings about, but don't necessarily justify racist behavior. Does that make sense? Are we on the same page about that? I can't think of anything that would validate racist behavior, racist language, racist anything towards a person. Like, I don't care if they're out here calling people XYZ, whatever, whoever. I have never been in a place where I found racism to be justified. So, since we have been gone for so long, it might help if I give you a little bit of a recap, because things that I have been doing, I've been like staying in touch with what Amberlynn's been posting. I mean, I am invested in both her and Chantal as a concept on YouTube. I've followed them obviously for a long time now. And Chantal, I think it was like maybe a month or two ago, I honestly, it all blurs together. And after this initial incident, I really stopped watching any video she posted, just because like I didn't want to give her that kind of support, whether it was financial, whether it was just like the view, whether it was whoever, whatever. But there was an incident a month or two ago where she was on stream and she was calling Charlie Gold Charlie Cole, and she was talking about how she just knew Charlie Gold looked like a criminal. In fact, I think the whole reason for the entire stream was that she had gotten some kind of email from an account that was claiming to be Charlie and was claiming to like threaten her with doxing her and things like that, which like, Why are you all really taking it to this level? I have no idea. But anyway, so she was complaining about that, and then in that was saying a lot of like microaggressive things, and in my opinion, blatantly racist. Like, you can't cut it any other way. Calling Charlie Gold Charlie Cole, it's racist. It just is. Like, whether that was your intention or not, like referring to black people as Cole, it's charged. It's charged, okay? The emotions there are charged. The racism is charged. That language is charged. Now, the things about calling her a criminal and saying she looks like a criminal, like, I am fully aware that there is a criminal record that Charlie has, but to say that somebody looks like a criminal is different than saying XYZ person has a criminal record. And at the time, actually, something that was happening at the very same time was the drama with Tana Manga, or however you say her name, I'm not really sure. Tana had caused a lot of drama because Colin Berry had gone to a party and she said that he got arrested and made up all this stuff. And what people don't realize, what non-black people don't realize, is that when you are out here like suggesting that people look like they might be criminals because they also happen to be black, like that is something that is very, very aggressive and racially charged, because black people every day are facing larger issues with the criminal justice system and with police and everything in between, right? Like, this is an issue that black people face, and so to say that she looks like a criminal, that is charged as well. I'm not debating with anybody about this. In fact, I'm not the first person to say this. In fact, many black women have said this, have been saying this. Charlie, Callie, and another person that I'm relatively friendly with, her name's Breanna. They have all said these things in a myriad of different places. It just is what it is, and you have to trust black people when they say those things. So, all of that to say, she ended up coming out with an apology video that she did with Pete's, which a lot of people had their criticisms about the video because it was basically like Pete's apologizing for her. She didn't really seem to understand why what she said was a problem, but she did agree with Pete's that she needed to do something. And honestly, like, I appreciated that as a concept. It seemed like there was some kind of movement forward, and it seemed like Pete's really got it. Pete's understood why it was problematic, even if he agreed that like Charlie was rude and in the wrong place to be saying some of the stuff she was saying. Pete's understood, and Chantal didn't seem to really understand, and then ended up deleting the video and not leaving it posted. So I've talked a whole lot, and I guess I just want to say, like, this is going to be a long video because I'm also going to react to this video somehow. I might have to cut some stuff when I'm editing. But what I want to say about this is that, yes, you can say these things about Charlie being rude, inappropriate, saying really mean things, and all of that's valid. But what isn't valid is to follow that up by saying racist things to her. Now, she also posted today a number of different community tab posts. You know how she does if you've been on my channel for a long time. She posts on there, she deletes it, she posts, she deletes it, she posts. I wanted to share this particular one with you because I think it'll help set up what we're gonna get into with the video that she posted today on her channel. So she said, guys, YouTube has to stop allowing others to profit off of bullying on this platform. This channel and others do nothing but belittle me as a fat person on what I am eating, how I look, how I smell, etc. This is wrong and should not be allowed on YouTube. I have not yet gone through her 45-minute videos bullying me, as it is very mentally hard to do so, which I would say maybe don't. Maybe don't. I frequently don't engage with content like that that's about me. If any of you who happen to watch her and want to help me by emailing me or DMing me specific timestamps of bullying, that would be so greatly appreciated. I'll be preparing an email as I escalate this abuse higher. This is not constructive criticism. This is hateful bullying. And yes, I am sick of her channel after channel I am sick of channel after channel using all of my content to profit from bullying. You can say I profit from an eating disorder, well, you profit off of bullying, and I will fight tooth and nail to see that justice is done. All of you in the comment sections of these creators are just as vile, and you will have to live with yourselves for what you say and do. Charlie, you are a sad, pathetic human being, and your karma will come. Keep building your channel off of being a no-good bully, and live with the fact that the only reason people watch you is because you are a hateful POS, and all of your hard work will come crumbling down at some point. Good luck. I may be fat, and I am good with that, but you are Charlie Cole, because that is the color of your disgusting soul, if you even have one. I can't help that you are jealous that I am fat and confident, beautiful woman. Stop projecting. So that's also a lot. It's a lot. You know, a lot of people were like, I can't believe she deleted that video, but now she clearly is not, like, the reason that she deleted that video is clear. The reason she deleted her apology is because she's not actually sorry about it, which brings us to today's video. So her video today is just called McDonald's Breakfast Mukbang, but the thumbnail says what I'm actually sorry for. And I just know that it's about to be a mess, and I wanted to react to it, but I knew I couldn't react to it unless I gave you that whole backstory. So now let's jump into it.
Hey guys, hey, how are you? Might sound a little hoarse because I'm getting over this cold or whatever I have. I'm like 99% sure it's a cold. Despite what people are saying, which is completely false, I never thought I had COVID. I'm getting tested just in case.
Well, so that is a thing that also has happened in the past 48 hours. Homegirl was saying she wasn't feeling well. From what I can tell in the past few videos, from what I've just quickly watched today to catch up, it seems like she's not been feeling well, and she did say, I'm gonna go get a COVID test. So people are probably correct to think like, oh, you might have COVID, girl, okay? And also, how'd you get this food if you're concerned about having COVID? Are you putting other people, I hope it was delivery. I guess that's what I'll say is I hope it was delivery. I hope they left it at your door.
Because I have to care for somebody elderly and sick, so it's just a responsible thing to do. I've not seen my grandmother since, well, it's been a while now. So I have another family member kicking in until I can feel better and not spread anything to her. So I have McDonald's here. I have a lot of McDonald's food.
Yeah.
Breakfast. I have a lot to eat, lots to bitch about. So, yeah, so let's get to it.
Can't wait. It's been so long. Things I haven't missed is mukbangs. And to be quite honest with you, I'm not interested in watching mukbangs. That's another big reason that I haven't specifically ever felt even the urge or desire to react to her, because all she's been posting lately is mukbangs, and I'm not here to nitpick over those things. Like, I truly don't care. Like, if you, at this point, Chantal, if you want to eat, like, whatever, live your truth, live your best life.
I don't really feel like supporting the coldest water bottle anymore. I've seen them sponsor bullying channels, so call me bitter, whatever you want. I want to.
Is this about Callie? Is this about Callie? Is this because she got a sponsorship? I mean, girl, not many people are out here trying to sponsor you. I mean, me either, truly, honestly. But man, you're just throwing that coin right out the window, huh?
Be a part of that company who supports that kind of thing that just doesn't even, like, I don't know. So, you know what?
What?
I don't need your money. So, I'm not going to be having a coldie anymore. That's just the type of bitch I am.
What? You tell them. You say keep your money. You're a bad bitch.
And we have here in Canada, I don't know if you guys have it in the States, it's a chicken biscuit. Chicken on an English muffin. Chicken patty with mayo.
I mean,
hash brown with a whole bunch of salsa.
I mean, I truly do believe if you want to eat, but this is just like an absolute shit ton of food. An absolute shit ton of food. Like, making me nauseous, the amount that's here. But, like, again, I don't want to keep you from that. Live your truth, I guess.
We're just gonna eat 2 donuts, Boston cream, maple cream.
Do they sell donuts at McDonald's?
I'm gonna be bitching about Miss Fake Gold. If you don't know who that is, you don't need to.
Oh, so now we're calling her Miss Fake Gold. Miss Fake Gold. I do seem to remember that in the apology video, she tried to make comparisons between like the element of gold and the element of coal, and like gold is worth more, and something about Charlie not being worth that kind of a name. And she might have said something about like fool's gold or something, but now we're talking about fake gold. Okay, all right. I honestly, of all the things to say about Charlie, what I wouldn't say about her is that she's fake. If I'm being honest with you, like mean, yes, rude, sure. Fake, I think she's pretty direct and honest. That's just me. Nothing about her has ever come across as fake. Maybe I guess you could say that because she's not done weigh-ins. I don't know.
Number one, I want to say I have no makeup on right now.
Great.
And I think my skin looks pretty good.
Sure.
So whenever you say things, Charlie fake gold, like, she uses a lot of Lush products and her skin looks bad. Number one, how is that important commentary? And number two,
I thought you said, in that thing I read at the beginning of this video, I could have sworn you said you didn't have time to watch her 45-minute long videos, sis. What do you know that she's saying about you? This is what baffles me. Like, just don't click on the video. Just simply don't. If you're truly happy just out here eating these mukbangs and doing all this and that and the other, don't click on those videos. And trust that there are videos out there about me and I just do not click on them. In fact, I've hidden some channels because I don't want to see it, right? These are all things within your power. And I'm saying that to you because I can speak from my own experience how much that truly helps you with your own mental health when you're not watching people say that about you. Just don't do it.
I think my skin looks pretty good. I don't have tons of foundation on like you do.
Girl, no, you don't get to also say a mean thing back to her. Like, I know it's tough to take the moral high road. I truly believe that, but what's not making it any better? And this is something I know you've said before. Like, I only ever say mean things when people come for me first. Let them come for you and let them look like Boo Boo the Fool. Let them look silly and mean and rude. Do that, right? Like, do that.
That sounds to me like you're just jealous.
I don't know about that. That is also, I mean, granted, like I said at the beginning of this, I don't watch most of Charlie's videos, but from what I have watched, I've never personally gotten the sense that Chantal possessed anything necessarily that Charlie was jealous of.
I'm sorry that I ever explained myself for my comments about Charlie, about calling her coal, because I wasn't being racist, and I firmly believe that, and I should have stood by that.
Sis, no, but the thing is like, this was Pete's whole point in that video, and it is definitely deleted, and I definitely wasn't making commentary at the time, so I definitely don't have a copy of it, but Pete's whole point, which I agree with, was that she should, regardless of whether or not that was her intention, there was a very clear connection that people could make to as why they might interpret it as being racist. And that's why he was saying, like, regardless of what your intent was in this situation, just apologize. Just say I'm sorry, because if you truly didn't mean that, then like, it's just your ego getting in the way. There have been all kinds of ignorant things that I know for a fact that I've said in my past, in my youth, and even as recent as in like the last 5 to 10 years. And one thing that is helpful as like an adult human is that when you say something wrong, you take accountability for it. And honestly, when people have called me out on those things, I've taken time to step back and say, what did I do that made them feel that way? And even if it wasn't my intention, how can I take responsibility for that, right? Because ultimately I'm more concerned about the people I potentially hurt, that if that means that I like own up to something, even if I didn't intentionally mean to do it, and that helps them move on from the hurt and the pain that I caused, then good for them, you know, like good for them. And overall, do I think like that Chantal is the most racist person ever? No, but do I think she had some racist behavior and said some racist things, intentional or not? Yes. And I also believe in the capacity for everybody to grow and learn and not continue to do those things. Now, she clearly has it, because she's out here saying, I should have never apologized for that because I meant what I said. I said what I meant. And this is why people have trust issues with you, Chantal, because you don't actually say what you mean. And in fact, you frequently go back on those things.
Or that I ever apologize for that, because I know I'm not racist. It's just ridiculous at this point. You know, Cole is black, so...
Yeah, that's the point, sis.
I'm sick of the false outrage. Every time a white person, a white woman, she feels threatened by and who insults her looks somehow, she then uses the race card and uses false outrage to call them racist or whatever.
Well, to be clear, at the time, it was not just Charlie that was offended by this comment. There are many black women in the community that spoke out about this. So you say what you want about Charlie, whoever, whatever. But there were a number of black women who spoke out and said that they found your statements to be problematic. Let's just put it out there.
Cole is a black rock. And for Christmas time, you could say, if you're on the naughty list, you're going to get a piece of black gold in your stocking. So would I be racist if I said to fake gold, since you've been a bully, you're going to get a piece of gold?
No, girl, but that's the thing. That's not what you said. That's you don't get to come put in these arguments here in the middle of here. Nobody's arguing. That context obviously means something completely different. Are you serious? Of course we wouldn't think you are racist if you said all you're getting for Christmas is coal because you've been a bully. That is a completely different context. You just called her Charlie Cole. You didn't give any additional context. You just gave her that nickname. Ma'am, sis, brother, father, sister, child, auntie, uncle. What?
She calls herself gold. Gold is like the opposite. It's a non-valuable rock. You know?
So she is gonna say that.
Something I came up with, like at the top of my head. It had nothing to do, if it was racist, it would be describing the color of her skin. And it's not.
Well,
it never was. I used it in my most recent post saying Charlie Cole because that's how black is. That's your soul is black, not the color of your skin.
You're saying that now, but again, when you first said it, this is the thing, Chantal. This is the thing, is that when you first said it, you provided no context. You just flat out said Charlie Cole. So what do you think people are going to think about that? How do you think people are going to interpret that? And that's the point. That's the point. Because maybe I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and that's not what you meant. Maybe it's not. I believe it is what you meant. But let's say it wasn't what you meant. Okay, great. Then you could have said that. You could have apologized for that. And then you could stop using it. You could stop using it. You know exactly what you're doing now because people have told you this is problematic and you said, nope, still gonna call you that. And that's where the behavior is completely problematic, no question about it, right? It would have been one thing if you would have stuck by that apology and just said, hey, I shouldn't have said this was out of line. I can definitely see why people interpreted it that way, even though it wasn't my intention. I'm ready to move on. I would have respected that. I truly would have, honestly. But here we are, and you're still using it.
Let me repeat that. Whole in reference to the color of your soul, not your skin.
Then just say sorry.
I'm looking for anything to chastise me for, and I find that really ridiculous.
Chantal, say less. Honestly, say less.
Because people have no problem and support her making fun of me on a daily basis and stealing my content to bully.
I have, at the beginning, just to be clear, I said I am not okay with that, okay? So that we're all on the same page. And I also said that I don't think that her doing those things makes it okay for you to say racist things. Because like I said, that impacted other black people outside of Charlie. And that's how offensive shit like that works. Because you're directing it at Charlie, but all the other black folks that have watched your channel and have experienced racism in their lives knew exactly what that was like, okay? And they've spoken to that. That's not me speaking for them. They have already said that in the community.
Like, who's the crazy one here? Do you see me making video after video obsessively talking about this one person? Like,
I mean,
the videos.
I mean, honestly, Chantal, you might not be making videos about her all the time, but she's living on your community tab rent-free right now. The number of posts you have made about her and then deleted is probably very close to being equal to the number of videos she's made. So at this point, like, yeah, I kind of do think you're obsessed with her just as much as she's obsessed with you.
Anyway, and there's this man. He's like a freaking creepy old crypt keeper looking guy.
Oh,
creepy. Looks like a serial killer.
I did see her post about this guy. I've not opted to watch said video, and I would also just think, like, she doesn't really comprehend that when she posts things like that to her community tab, that she's giving whatever it is she's posting attention. I literally never heard of this guy prior to her posting this, and now he's on my radar. I'm not gonna watch his videos, I don't care to, but I'm just saying, like, other people are now aware of him. Like, this is, you're giving these people the attention that they want, Chantal. You are feeding them that. You are feeding them that attention.
And, like, he just flaps his gums about me, like, calling me a fat, smelly bitch. Like, you look like you smell. Not me. I'm sorry, but you look like that old smelly guy who eats canned dog food. And
then again, you just got mad because Charlie was saying XYZ thing about you. And I'm not saying that it's right, and I'm not saying that whatever, I've not watched this video of this guy to tell you if I find it to be appropriate or not. It sounds like it hurt your feelings, okay, but then your response is, you look like you smell. You just got done lecturing us about how much it hurts your feelings for people to talk about the way you smell, the way you look, etc. So what are we doing here?
I don't even know why I bother. You know what? The more I talk about this, the more ridiculous it is that, like, do you know what I mean? It just sounds more ridiculous that I'm even, like, defending myself against these idiots.
Right. Right. Chantal, if you are confident about the content you're making, if you're confident about who you are as a person, I recognize that it is difficult to constantly have to see these things said about you, hear these things said about you, but truly, just, like, don't click on the videos and keep it moving. Keep it moving.
All I'm saying is that there's a problem on YouTube. YouTube doesn't care about their content creators.
I mean, I don't disagree. I don't disagree with that.
Because if they did, they wouldn't know that. It's okay to bully fat people because we're not under a protected status. So that's okay. If I were YouTube, I'd be careful about that, because if somebody ends up hurting themselves because of the bullying they allow, even after it being reported, I mean, that's blood on their hands.
Chantal out here threatening YouTube. Just follow through with all that you said you're gonna do. Write the emails. Reach out to your contacts at YouTube that I'm sure you don't have because they truly, like you said, don't care about content creators, okay? Why are you... Oh my... See, right here is why I haven't been doing this.
And all of you who support channels who bully others, it's on your hands too, if you co-sign that crap. Are you... So, here's my thing about saying all of that. Like, saying, like, oh, somebody's gonna, harm themselves, do something to themselves. Like, if you're feeling that way, like, I genuinely am concerned and want to get you help, but, like, I'm having a hard time deciphering, like, are you just saying this as, like, a threat to somebody? Like, these are very serious things. And, like, ultimately, all I could want for you is for you to be happy and healthy and safe. So, like, if that's, like, what we're talking about, like, turn off the camera and turn off YouTube and take a break. This is coming from me, who took a whole break in June, okay? It's coming from me. From content creator to content creator. Like, none of this shit's worth that, okay? I'm just being honest with you, and I'm just being very sincere with you. Like, it really isn't. It really isn't. You will make enough money in a month off of people watching your old videos to take a break and get it together. I promise you. I promise it was the best thing I did. Truly. And just do it. Just do it. I'm not gonna stop doing mukbangs. I'm gonna keep eating what I want. You don't know what I eat, and you know what I mean? I'm like,
okay. Do it.
Yeah. But you don't know. I mean, you haven't seen me step on a scale. We haven't even seen you step on a scale, fake old, in forever. So the fact that you advertise your channel as a journey, a self-journey, but all you do is your journey is sitting on the floor.
I mean, to be fair, much like you haven't talked about your weight loss in a very long time, like, Charlie has very explicitly also not talked about her weight loss in a very long time. Like, she said a long time ago, like, it's not happening. You said a long time ago, it's not happening.
Journey to happiness, her channel says. So, you're a stereotype. You're like textbook.
A stereotype?
Happiness is bringing someone else down to make yourself feel better.
A stereotype?
At least you're not as fat as me. Well, I'd rather be my size and I'd rather be me than you any day. I don't need to rely on bullying to build my channel. That's what you all don't realize the difference is. And yeah, you guys are helping me build my channel in a way, but you're also spreading lies about me. And you're also bullying, and you're also being, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, what lies have we talked about today? What lies? Because so far, what we've talked about, what's in question for you, I mean, I guess at least what I've talked about thus far is stuff that actually happened, okay? You might not want to call it racism, but the fact is you said those things, and so that's not a lie. I thought that's what we were talking about today, but maybe she's talking about some other lies that I'm not familiar with.
You know what? I'm gonna sit back. I've said my piece. I'm gonna sit back and let you guys watch you destroy yourselves, because
But you're not.
what goes around comes around. I firmly believe that.
You're not, oh my God. Literally nothing has changed. Literally nothing has changed. You're not going to sit back. You're not going to watch everybody crash and burn. You're going to get mad and angry every time. Every time. Every time. Every time. It would be one thing if you really did say, like, hey, I'm gonna go do what you want to do, but I'm not going to participate. I'm not going to watch. I'm not going to do whoever, whatever. But you always come back.
We'll see. What goes around comes around. You reap what you sow, and what you've sown is being an unbelly.
You've sown a whole lot yourself, sis. You want to talk about what goes around comes around.
Time would ever come after you, or anyone else, even retaliation. Which, is that appropriate? Probably not, but...
Okay, that's some growth. That's some growth. Her saying retaliation isn't appropriate. Okay, I see that growth a little bit. I don't trust it to go anywhere. I don't trust it to go not a single place else outside of this video, but I'll take what I can get.
Like, just stupid, like... I really don't see how YouTube allows that. You comment on the most irrelevant, stupid things, like the size of my underwear. What does that have to do with me as a person? You're insulting, like, every fat girl out there, and I hope someday a fat girl really puts you in your fucking place.
I mean, I will say that one of the things that made me want to get out of it is, like, I don't know, people already thought that I nitpicked, and I honestly didn't comment on, like, a good chunk of most of the videos I reacted to. But what I do want to say is, like, I'm not here to nitpick every single thing. Like, I want to talk about serious things that matter, i.e. her calling Charlie Cole.
Like, the fact that so many people think I deserve it, what people say about me, just because I'm fat or not losing weight, or trying to lose weight, or discussing my weight, or giving you an explanation of how much I weigh, or why I'm eating McDonald's. When it's none of your fucking business.
I mean, yes and no. Like, I'm on board with you. I'm on board with you. Like, I don't think it's really anybody's business but your own. But then you make it people's business, because for a long time that's what your channel was about. Like, your channel went back and forth between eating mukbangs and these weird, crazy fad diets that you went on, okay? And so people were concerned and were invested in your health and your weight loss. The one thing I appreciate about your channel is that in the past, like, month or two, you've not posted anything weight loss related, and at least in that way, you've been consistent about something, right?
There's a reaction channel. It's like, They complain about the noises that make when I'm eating. But why the fuck are you watching me? Why are you watching a mukbang? Do people not realize how stupid you look by like complaining about that and then making your channel about that?
I mean, here's the thing that Chantal, Amberlynn, and like a number of people in the community think. They think that reactions only exist in this community, but reactions in general to all kinds of things have existed on YouTube for a very long time. You know, like the K-pop genre, okay? That whole community reacts to K-pop songs all the time. Recently, my friend has gotten me into a thing called BLs, particularly BLs from the Philippines, and that whole community has reactions. And like, I'm sure there's more reaction communities out there that I'm not even aware of. And y'all, sometimes it really is just like the enjoyment of watching something and you want to see how people are reacting to those things. Like, people enjoy that. If they didn't enjoy that, we also wouldn't have channels.
Like, I don't understand how people don't see the hypocrisy at this point. It's like one channel will call me a fat, smelly bitch. And then in the second breath, turn around and be like, she accused me of being a fat shamer. I'm not a fat shamer. Calling somebody a fat bitch and making fun of their stomach is fat shaming. Dildo. Like, or one creator, you know, prides himself in having so many subscribers, making reaction channels, bullying me, threatening to stalk me.
What? Why are you watching all of these people? Why are you doing this? Why are you that intimately involved in the people that are making this content about you? I just really want to know. Slide in my DMs, let's have a conversation, because it seems unhealthy.
Making fun of my Vlogtober, how boring it is, but then does their own Vlogtober and hardly gets any views. So, like, how do people not see how ridiculously hypocritical that is? That's what pisses me off. It's not the fact. It doesn't piss me off for the reasons you think. It doesn't hurt my feelings.
I mean,
that you make fun of my receding hairline, which, by the way, yours is up to here, so I wouldn't be talking.
In the same breath of just saying, like, it's hypocritical, that's the part that really bothers me. She says, it doesn't bother me that you say I have a receding hairline. By the way, yours is horrible. It's worse, so I wouldn't be talking. Like, first of all, you clearly are bothered. Second of all, you're being so hypocritical. You can't be out here getting mad at people for being a hypocrite when you're also being a hypocrite. Ma'am!
Or you don't like my skin, which is actually baby smooth, and I get complimented on it every day.
I would like that receipt.
It bugs me that you don't like what I'm eating, that you don't like the size of my underwear. It doesn't bug me. It bugs me that you profit off of bullying another woman. That people follow you blindly without seeing the hypocrisy.
I don't...
Lies about me.
To be clear, people are not following Charlie Gold blindly. Like, maybe when she first started her channel, but at this point, folks are not just blindly following Charlie Gold. Like, Charlie Gold gets a lot of hate on the daily, I assume in our comments, but I've seen it on Twitter. So, like, folks are not just blindly following Charlie Gold. Let's be honest, okay?
Just for your entertainment, just for your content, because without me, you would have nothing. So you should be thanking me and not criticizing me.
I also want to say, a lot of people are like, Zach, you would be nothing without Chantal and Amberlynn. You'd be nothing. And if there's anything that I've proved over the past 6 months is that I'm still something. I mean, I might not get the same number of views, but she surely is something. She surely is. She surely is. She surely is. Okay? All right, so, you know, there's hope out there for everybody. If I can do it, you can do it.
I was apologizing for something I didn't do. Comments about you.
You did it, though.
That way. I said it was microaggressions. Everyone, look, if I had to worry about something I said offending, like, people throw racism around, like, somebody, for example, my Chinese food mukbang video, the thumbnail. I was taking a bite and I was squinting my eyes as I took a bite. Someone's like, that's racist. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the video or the thumbnail. Because I've, again, not been keeping up super closely and not watching mukbangs. It's not something I enjoy doing unless it's for this channel, okay? But that sounds, again, maybe your intention wasn't. And that's what you're getting worked up about. That's what you're getting worked up. People aren't saying that you intended to do it. They're saying you did this thing that can be interpreted as racist. So maybe could you change the thing? Could you apologize for that thing? Could you at least at a minimum stop doing that thing? And that seems a lot for you to comprehend. And that's honestly what Pete's was saying too. Pete's was not saying, hi, this is my roommate, my friend Chantal, she's a racist. Pete's was saying, hey, this is my roommate Chantal, my friend. She made a mistake in saying this thing. She shouldn't have said it. And here's what she really meant by it. That's a whole different story. And one that I would take much better, to be honest, than this deflection.
I'm just over that. I really don't care if you think I'm racist anymore. I really don't care what you think.
Well, clearly you don't care if people think that you're racist because you're leaning right on into it, sis. You're leaning right on into it, Sister Sue.
I'm going to keep doing my mukbangs. I'm going to eat how much food I want to eat, how many calories I want to eat. It's not your business. And you complaining and bitching about it is not going to change it. So that's what I'm sorry for. I'm sorry that YouTube allows this kind of crap on YouTube. Maybe one day it will change.
I'm sorry that they let your racist mouth on YouTube, to be quite honest. But we can't all be winners now, can we?
I'm not deleting anything from my community posts.
Lies and deceit. Lies and deceit. I'm not deleting anything from my community post. Girl, where's it at then? Where'd it go?
You know? If you want to come for me for being harsh on that friggin' serial killer old man from the Enter Sandman video, but not ashamed of what he's saying to me.
You know, it's funny that she calls him like a serial killer, because she used to use this really creepy clip way back in the day of this song that this creepy dude wrote for her, and she would play the clip of him dancing to it all the time, and honestly, it was creepy. It was creepy. It gave me some spooky ooky serial killer vibes, if I'm being quite honest.
Please be quiet. Shh. I said shh.
Oh my god, I thought I wasn't gonna get one of those.
I don't know about Vlogtober, honestly. I don't think I'm ever gonna do these daily vlog theme things. I'm just gonna do videos when I can.
Well, nobody expected that.
It's flu season or whatever, right? So
it's flu season. It's COVID season too, girl, and you haven't been too concerned with that. You surely haven't.
I'm not in a party mood, so that's why I don't want to do my Halloween party. Maybe next week. And I feel okay. I just feel like, excuse me.
Oh yeah, and just to say, I've actually seen a lot of people criticize my Halloween party for just being Pete's and the cats when I've said that it has to be that way because of COVID.
Well, girl, you ain't worried about a thing with COVID thus far. Let's be honest.
I had to cancel my friends coming over because of COVID. We were in a pandemic. So yeah, I have to stick with just the creatures and people in my household. So
I'm glad we're caring about the pandemic when it comes to you having this Halloween party where you can't invite your friends. But you didn't worry too much about that pandemic when you went to that pumpkin patch, huh? When you got that fudge? Where was your mask, sis?
Oh, there you go.
My throat's feeling a bit better. I got these swallows. I just feel run down, fatigued, and kind of like I feel like I'm losing my voice or something.
You know, it probably doesn't help that coming on here eating a 4-course meal and whining about Charlie Gold. Like, that's probably not gonna help you feel any better. The stress is not gonna help you feel any better.
And YouTube allows that. They don't give a shit about their friggin' content creators. At all.
I will say the piece about not caring about the content creators, like, I think to some extent, like, that's fair criticism. I agree. Like, I think that there's a lot of ways that YouTube could be better to the people on their platform that make them lots of money. But hi, it's capitalism, and I'm not surprised that they don't care about us. I think that that's just a thing that you should keep in mind when it comes to employment. Like, you don't like your employer, do something else, you know?
Thirsty. I'm not drinking for my goalie. Terminate my contract, I don't care. Really, I don't. It's like I'm having a huge bottle in my frame anyway.
She's so bit up out of shape over the coldest water bottle.
These just sponsors just like mukbangers, now they're just sponsoring any Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Oh my god. Why are you so
I
bitter?
interview people, know what I meant. I was a bit cold recently. And if you want to think I'm racist, go ahead.
Okay, I will, because I do.
You use your energy that you have so much of, apparently. I wish I did. Like this old man. You fat bitch. Like, I'm surprised his dentures haven't fallen out of his face from all the shit he talks.
Wow, I just don't know what it's like to be, for you to have all this outrage about people talking about your looks and like returning that in kindness to them. Like you are such a nice person. Wow.
Another thing I hate is when people are like, oh, you're so sick that you're spending time on social media. So what? I see creators who have cancer. I have cold, you know. I see creators who have cancer go online and like spread hateful shit. Like, you know, but I get attacked for having a cold and going on and like,
Oh.
I'm in bed, I have nothing else to do.
What? Why are we? What? How did we make this jump? How did we make this jump? Somebody help me understand how we got from point A to point B. And I don't get it.
And you have nothing better to do either. Obviously. You take what I say right away, you're like stalking my comments or community posts. Right away, you take my content. Like, anyway.
Let them give you that coin. Let them give you that everything, okay?
I'm just annoyed that I wish more people could see how stupid these people are. That's what makes me mad. And they don't let you defend yourself. They push you and push you and push you. Yeah, I'm putting the packaging in the garbage, okay? I'm sick of people complaining about every little single thing.
It is what it is.
Whenever you defend yourself, like right now, like I'm calling it right now, people are gonna find a way to twist this, and I'm a racist all over again, so whatever.
There's no twist in it, girl. There's no, nothing has been twisted. I'm reacting to your words right here.
Whatever you have to do to make yourself look like a better self. I'm sick of like not speaking my truth or defending myself just because I don't want to cause more drama. I'm sick of worrying about.
You aren't sick of it because you keep doing it. You keep doing it. You keep on doing it. If you were sick of it, you would have stopped a long time ago, girl.
What I want to say from now on, I'm going to eat how I want to eat. I'm going to eat what I want to eat.
Bless you.
If you don't like it,
do it. Do it.
Don't let the door hit you.
All right. Okay. Oh. What a way to end it, folks. What a way to end it. All right. Well, that was that. So I don't have a lot more to say that I didn't already say within the video. I just felt like it was important to speak out about her racist behavior and actions. I do think that everybody has the capacity to not be racist and to, you know, amend for their negative behaviors in the past, and I hope that someday she can realize that like what she said was really hurtful and just apologize to the people she hurt and moved on. Don't get too excited about me doing a ton of Chantal content or think that this means I'm gonna suddenly make some Amberlynn content, because it doesn't necessarily mean that. I just, like I said, felt like it was important to say something about this particular issue, because I have a lot of black folks, well, even if I didn't have black folks in my life, like Black Lives Matter, it's important to care about black people and the way that they're treated, regardless of if you are personally connected to one of them, okay? But I happen to be, and I care a lot about them and what is said to them, especially in online platforms like this, okay? All right, with all of that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe down below. Hit the bell button so you get a notification every single time I post a new video. As always, live, laugh, love, like, comment, share, subscribe, and follow me on all of my social media. Judy and I enjoyed being here with you tonight, and we'll see you all next time. Bye!